everyone, and welcome back to Anything Goes. Today we're going to be looking at multiplication strategies. The strategies that I'm going to be using today are arrays, the standard algorithm, the modified algorithm, the distributive area model, and the distributive rainbow model. I will be providing 2 examples of each strategy. Okay, so our first one is arrays. They are great for single-digit multiplication. So what we're gonna do, what you do is you have to get the first number and draw that many dots going down. That's one column. So now you get the second number and you put that number of dots in each row. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we fill in all the blank space, and then once we're done that, we count the dots to get our final product. So if we count in 4s, we know 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, which means 4 times 7 is 28. So now we go over to our other one, 3 times 5. We get the 3, that's how many going down. Then we get the 5, that's how many going across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We fill in all the blanks, and then 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, which means 3 times 5 is 15. I recommend only using arrays for single-digit multiplication, because once you go into double digits, it gets really complicated. So next we're going to do our standard algorithm. So now what we do is we multiply with all the numbers and then we add the results together. So 5 times 7 is 35. So we write that down. Now we go 5 times 2, but the 2 isn't a 2, it is a 20. So we need to draw a 0 there. So now 5 times 20 is 100, so we draw in 100 there. And then, so now we cross out our 5 because we are done with it. And then we move on to our 3, but this is not a 3, it is a 30, so we need to draw our 0 there. So 30 times 7 is 210, so we write 210 down. And then 30 times 2, well, this is not a 2, this is a 20, so we have to write our 0 for the 30 and the 0 for the 20. So 30 times 20 is 600, so we draw a 600 there, and then we need to add up our results. So 5 plus nothing is 5, 3 plus 1 is 4, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 6 is 9, so 27 times 35 is 945. Now we'll do the same with our other sum, 46 times 54. Now 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 4, well, that's not a 4, it's a 40, so we have to add a 0 there. 4 times 4 is 16, so we put that there. And then we cross out our 4 because we are done with it. So now we move on to our 5, but this is not a 5, it is a 50, so we need to add our zeros there. 5 times 6 is 30, So we need to draw a 30 here. So now 5 times 4, well, that's not a 40. It's not a 4, it's a 40. So we need to draw a 0 there. 5 times 4 is 20. So we need to draw a 2 and then a 0. And then we add them up. 4 plus nothing is 4. 2 plus 6 is 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 2 is 2. Which means 46 times 54 is 2,484. So now it's time for our modified algorithm. Our modified algorithm is a little bit trickier, but it will save some space. So now 7 times 5 is 35. We write the 5 here, and we write the 3 on top. So now 5 times 2 is 10, so we have to add our 3, which is 13. So now we're done with our 5, and we're done with our 3, and we can just erase the 3. So now we move on to our 3. But that's not a 3, it's a 30, so we need to, oops. But that's not a 3, it is a 30, so we need to write our 0 there. So 30 times 7 is 210. 3 times 7 is 21. We write the 1 here, and we write the 2 up here. And then 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 2 that we carried is 8. So now we add these together. 5 times 5 plus nothing is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. And 1 plus 8 is 9. Now, you will notice that these two answers are the same. If that is the case, then the answers are probably correct. So now we move on to our other sum. 46 plus 54. So now 4 times 6 is 24. We write the 4 here and the 2 up here. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus the 2 we added is 18. Write the 8 there, and since there's nowhere else to carry, we can just write the 1 here. So now we're done with the 4, so we can cross it out. We're done with the 2, so we can rub it out. And now we move on to the 5, but this is not a 5, it is a 50, so we need to write our 0 there. 5 times 6 is 30. We need to write our 0 here and our 3 on top. 5 times 4 is 20, plus the 3 we carried is 23. So we write our 23 here. So now we add them up. 4 plus nothing is 4. 8 plus nothing is 8. Let me do that again. 8 plus nothing is 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 2 plus nothing is 2. Now, once again, our answers are the same, which means they are probably correct. Okay, now we are moving on to our distributive area model. I will be using the same sums so that we're similar with the answers. So what you do is you divide the numbers into their place values like I have set up here. So this would be 20. So this would be 27 times 35. And this would be 46 times 54. Okay, so we get our 30 and our 20, and we multiply them together. Well, 3 plus 2 is 6. Then we add our 2 zeros back on, so we get 600. We get our 30 and our 7, well, 7 times 3 is 21, and we had to add back that 0, so it's 210. 5 times 20, well, 2 times 5 is 10, so we need to add back that 0, so it's 100. 5 times 7, well, that's 35. And now we need to add the columns up. 600 plus 100 is 700. 210 plus 35 is 245. So now we add those together, which is 945. And once again, we got the same answer, which means it is probably correct. So now we move on to our other equation. 46 times 54. 50 times 40, well, 5 times 4 is 20, so we add the 20 there. So then we add back our zeros, so it's 2000. 4 times 40, well, 4 times 4 is 16, and then we add back the 0. So now 50 times 6, well, 5 times 6 is 30. 30. And then we have to add back the 0, so it's 300. And 4 times 6 is 24. So now we need to add up the columns. 200 plus 160 is 2,160. And then 300 plus 24 is 324. So now we add those together, equals 2,484. Once again, we got the same answer, which means it is probably correct. So now we do our distributive rainbow model. Use a different color. Okay, so what we do is we split the numbers up into their place values again. So 20 plus 7 and 30 plus 5, and then we multiply them one by one. So 20 and 30, that's, we've already established that that's 600. 20 times 5 is 100. So now 7 times 30 is 210. And now 7 times 5 is 35. So now we add our answers. We add our answers together, and it equals, well, 5 plus nothing is 5. 1 plus 3 is 4. 6 plus 1 is 7, and 7 plus 2 is 9. So that equals 945. Once again, we have the same answer, so it's probably correct. And our other equation, 46 times 54, we split them up into their place values. So 40 plus 6 and 50 plus 4, and then we times them by each other again. So 40 times 50 is 2,000. 40 times 4 is 160. 6 times 50 is 300. And 6 times 4 is 24. So now we add up our answers. 4 plus nothing is 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. 1 plus 4, 1 plus 3 is 4, and 2 plus nothing is 2. We have the same answer, so it's probably correct. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully this helped. There is more ways to figure out the multiplication problem, but those are the only ones I had time for. So yes, see you next time.